We're at the home of the 12th man, 1 week after the greatest comeback in Texas A&M football history. The still undefeated Aggies return to Kyle Field for the final time in 2025 in the regular season. Over 105,000 will be here, too, to honor 36 seniors. It's number 3, Texas A&M and the Bulldogs of Samford. Welcome to the SEC on ESPN. And ESPN metrics are saying the Aggies are almost a lead pipe cinch to be in the college football playoff. And their odds are better than 50% to make their first ever SEC title game. Of course, the Aggies play at Texas on Friday night next week. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to College Station alongside former Missouri quarterback Chase Daniel. I'm Clay Matvick. Marilyn Payne will join us in just a little bit. Down 27 at the half last week to South Carolina, and hopes for the SEC championship game and even the college football playoff at that point are looking bleak, but then the unthinkable happens.
The season-defining comeback win for the ages. It's the largest comeback A&M has ever done, and these Kyle Field fans were in for a treat. 2% win probability, Clay, on a 4th and 12 scramble from quarterback Marcel Reed. This was the game-defying scramble, and then a touchdown pass to Williams down the right sideline. The win probability percentage is creeping up to almost 20% after this bomb to Bethel Roman. And then they start rolling here in the third quarter. Another touchdown pass here at 45%. Then here we go. The touchdown run, and then the 4th down play by Cassius Howell. It followed it up by a 3rd down sack, and these Aggies, 100% win probability with the greatest comeback in Aggie history.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And Mike Elko's team, the only team going back to 1992 to come back from 27 down in a conference game. And now here today, they face a 1-10 FCS team. Now, anything can happen, so they're not going to let their foot off the gas. That's what they're saying, and they're going to try and stay healthy and honor their seniors here today before going to Texas on Black Friday. Now in the opening kickoff, it's muffed. But Jamarian Morrow, the freshman, dives on it at the 30-yard line. And that's what it's all about today, is playing to Texas A&M standards against this opponent, because this game will find a way to humble you. And with that said, they are going to try to rest some players today. Not Marcel Reed, the starting quarterback, will get the start after a horrible first half last week. Finished with a career-high 439 yards and 3 touchdowns. He just turned it on after halftime.
Heisman Trophy candidate, number 3 right now in the rankings. He's up there in every single list. You got to come out here. You got to start fast today.
So first play of the game from the 30, and it's Casey Concepcion picking up 8 yards on first down. Niall Perkins will make the tackle. Concepcion, he was a key man in that comeback last week.
Absolutely. He's their workhorse. He's the #1 receiver. Big play threat. Can put him everywhere in it. And, you see there, 8 touchdowns, tied for first in the SEC. He's their guy along with Mario Craver. They are deep in the receiver room.
First run. It's going to be close to the first down for Amari Daniels. Le'Veon Moss, missing his 5th straight game, could be back for Texas, but their #1 running back still out with that ankle injury. And we don't expect to see a lot of Reuben Owens or E.J. Smith. They're going to try and rest those guys, so probably a lot of Daniels and Jamarian Morrow.
Absolutely, and this is a great drive so far by Texas A&M. You want to come out, you want to be sharp against an inferior opponent.
Good move by Daniels. Plus side of the field for the first time to the 36-yard line of Samford, a run of 25.
Such a nice cut back by Amari Daniels. See number 87, Nate Borkacher, with the kick-out block, and then off to the races. Amari Daniels, 5th-year senior, as you mentioned, Clay. He's going to get the bulk of the carries today.
First down and 10, opening drive for Texas A&M. Reed's first throw over the middle is complete to Concepcion. So they hook up for the second time. That one on the inside, it's a gain of 17.
This is where they're at their best, an RPO type play. He's reading the safety. The safety comes down. A little shimmy shake, Clay. A little bit of a high throw, but really good hands. That's what they love about him. Can play every single position, outside or inside. He's able to come down with a big catch.
Dropped that touchdown in the first half, but then finished with a career-high 158 last week. So Concepcion looking good early, and here's Reed taking off. Over 3,000 yards total offense for Reed, and of course, his 22 touchdown passes tied for the most in the SEC. You know, here's a guy, though, that they want to be careful with today.
Yeah, you don't want to see him take off too many times in a game like this. Get in, get out, expect him to play a half, maybe 4 to 5 drives. It's the biggest thing that coaches talked about. Hey, we just want to keep our guys healthy, start fast. What they're doing right now.
Second down at 6, inside to Amari Daniels, and he's tripped up as he gets to the 5-yard line and falls ahead to the 3. There's a touchdown saving tackle, 13-yard run.
I want you to just watch this entire left side of this offensive line, the push. They outweigh this Samford defensive line by quite a bit. And they've really counted on this offensive line all year long. They're one of the more experienced groups in the entire FBS. And you got holes like that, you're going to run for a lot of yards with this Bulldog defense.
Mari Wansley made that tackle. Keep Daniels out of the end zone. First down and goal to go. Play fake. Reed gets rid of it, and it is Ashton Bethel Roman with the catch for the touchdown.
Well, you couldn't ask for a much better start than this for Marcel Reed. To the field, guys around him, and then how about the catch by Ashton Bethel Roman? One-handed, drops it in the bucket. They do this drill all the time, Clay. It's this fade drill. Throw it in the bucket. That's a perfect throw, a perfect start for the Aggies.
He had a career best 139 yards receiving last week. Those 2 big catches in the second half, including a touchdown, and now a touchdown here to start the day. Jared Zirkle tacks on the extra point, and it is 7-0 Aggies. Here, an early kick on this Saturday in College Station. 7 plays, 70 yards, and 324 on the opening drive for Texas A&M as they take the early lead. Last week they had 108,582, the 5th largest crowd in Kyle Field history for that amazing comeback against the Gamecocks. And for an FCS opponent here in week 13, not too shabby.
11 a.m. start, over 105,000 people.
And this is kicked out of bounds.
They're not going to like that.
Randy Bond.
By rule, the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
Referee is Tim Barker today. Mickey Haddock will be our replay official for this non-conference game as Quincy Crittenden comes out for the first time for the Bulldogs. Dual threat, quick feet, 5th-year senior playing in his final game at Samford.
Crittenden's done a nice job this year so far. Hurt a little bit last week. Former walk-on. His brother played with old Coach Hatcher at Murray State.
C.J. Evans will get the carry. This is an air raid offense, Chase, and generally that means they're going to sling it around. But today they know what they're up against, and the offensive coordinator, Ricky Turner, said, we're going to run it more today, trying to shorten the game.
They're usually a lot of 10 personnel, which means there's no tight ends. They expect to have 1 or 2 tight ends on the field the whole game. Like you said, they want to run it. Run it early.
Empty backfield on 2nd and 7. Pressure, and Crittenden's going to throw it away. Of course, this is the #1 sack team in the nation, Texas A&M.
Third and
Scott
7.
Sloan certainly knows that. The interim head coach, 2nd game as the interim after the dismissal of Chris Hatcher, who was in his 11th season, the winningest coach in team history. Sloan was promoted from defensive coordinator early last week. Here they come. Incomplete. And Samford's going to have to punt. Dayon Hayes, who had a big sack in the 4th quarter last week. He had the pressure, and number 21, Torian York, of course, he's been great all year. He was there as well.
It's the best 3rd down team in the country, Clay. 24% conversion rate. That's something I've really never seen before, and they're going to pressure the Samford Bulldogs team all day long.
Noah Jones on to punt. They have used him a lot this year. He's averaging almost 7 punts per game. Casey Concepcion, look out. Gets to the outside. And he's pushed out of bounds by Jones, the punter. Concepcion, a couple of punt return touchdowns this year. Had a lot of space on the near side. It's a 39-yard return for the junior.
Really nice job just putting his foot in the ground, getting vertical. Another nice field position drive for the Aggies, and it's going to get ugly quick.
Casey Concepcion. Junior out of Charlotte, coming off a 100-yard receiving game. He had a couple of catches on the opening drive. Now a big punt return as Marcel Reed and the Aggies go to work on the plus side of the field from the 45-yard line. Swing pass, and there's Isaiah Williams. He'll get the catch. Pick up 3 as we go down to Maryland.
Mike Elko's team is already bringing the intensity both on the field and the efficient snaps he wanted this offense to play with, and on the sideline after their first TD of the game. Elko said we cannot change the A&M standard today just because we step out of conference play. And Holman Wiggins, the wide receivers coach, is the loudest voice after this team's first TD. He's lighting his wide receivers up and telling them we have to keep that energy going as they talk through some of the details of that first drive.
Since halftime of last week, energy has not been a problem for this team. Look out, loading it up, going for Concepcion, but it's incomplete. Dean Newsom, the cornerback, trying to stay in coverage.
And this is something we've really noticed in Marcel Reed, his progression as a pocket passer right there. Just a little bit of miscommunication. He thought Concepcion was going to keep it a little bit more skinny. He threw it more to the upright, but he had a guy wide open. 3rd and 7 right here.
First incompletion for Reed. Mari Daniels in the backfield. Reed has some time and now runs out of it, slings it over the middle, and it's behind Williams. Donovan Grayson, the rush in, was applying the pressure. Was that a face mask? It kind of looked like it.
It sure looked like it, yeah. Not able to evade the threat. They're bringing 5 guys and some pressure. He grabs the side of his helmet. Hard to tell from that view, but he had Isaiah Williams open on the crosser route.
So Samford's defense is going to get off the field here. Tyler White comes on to punt for the first time. Preston Bird standing inside the Samford 10. Ready to field it. And he'll call for the fair catch. 37-yard punt for White. 7-0 Texas A&M. 9:34 to go in the first. What a year it's been for Mike Elko's Texas A&M Aggies. 10-0 for the first time since 1992. First 10-win season since 2012. And 7-0 for the first time in the conference since joining. And that comeback last week, still amazing. Number 3 in the CFP rankings. It's a best for this program. And after Alabama's loss to Oklahoma last week, the Aggies the only unbeaten team in the SEC. And it's simple. The path to the SEC title game. Beat Texas next week, or hope both Alabama and Ole Miss lose, and they're in a title game in Atlanta. So after a 3 and out, the Bulldogs have Samford back up inside their own 5-yard line. Quincy Crittenden from the goal line. Play fake, pressured, wobbling pass, and it lands incomplete. Crittenden was almost eaten up by Tyler Onyedem, the defensive tackle.
Tyler Onyedem right through the middle of your defense. They end up pressuring. No one blocks them, and nice job by Crittenden just getting the ball out before a safety. That was on you quick.
Mike Elko told you and I yesterday he played his best half of football last week in the second half. A lot of guys did for this defense. You see the sacks, 51 allowed by Samford, most in the FCS. Bobbled and nearly picked off by Tyreek Chappell. That would have been a pick six right in the end zone. He wouldn't have even had to run.
Oh, Tyreek Chappell's going to want this one back. You throw it right to him. You have a nickel blitz off the forward side. You see right there. Oh, grab it. Crittenden throws it right to him. They're trying to throw a little bubble screen because they're bringing the pressure. And this is where the Aggie defense pins their ears back and comes after the quarterback. 38 sacks. A lot of them come on third down.
Best third down defense in the country. 24%. Crittenden keeps, and he's swallowed up at the 4. Cassius Howe, one of the favorites for SEC Defensive Player of the Year, makes the stop, and the Aggies will get it back.
Samford keeping it on the ground right there, and Cassius Howe has been everywhere, looking like a first-team All-American. Has 12 sacks on the year and 13 tackles for the loss. He's their guy that makes everything go, and A&M's going to get the ball with really good field position right here.
Well, Jones is going to have to be a little creative here, perhaps. Nope, no pressure. Short kick, and this is going to bounce. Takes a nice Samford hop. Concepcion fields it with his back to the end zone, and now turns and gets to the 49-yard line of Samford. 46-yard punt, 4-yard return for Concepcion. So Marcel Reed, 4 for 6, already a touchdown pass. Like you said, a bona fide Heisman candidate. Last week was his Heisman moment.
That's exactly right. I mean, when you have the first half numbers like you do, throw 2 interceptions, I think there were 3 or 4 drops, and then you were able to come out completely reset. 16 of 20, 316 yards and 3 touchdowns in a half against an SEC team with a lot of draft picks on that side of the football.
Good run on first down. And Amari Daniels continues to get the lion's share of the carries. So Marcel Reed, number 3 in the Heisman odds right now, according to ESPN, behind Fernando Mendoza and Julian Sayin of Indiana and Ohio State, respectively. Pass incomplete. He wanted Bethel Roman. Do you have any argument with this layout right here?
I like it. Look, Julian Sayin, everyone's he shouldn't be. He's the quarterback for the number 1 team in the country. And you look at 1, 2, and 3 right there. Mendoza's playing well. Marcel Reed, though, in my opinion, the way he's been able to play down the stretch, win tight games, win close games, win games that maybe they shouldn't have won, and they have the best resume in the country, it's going to keep hard to be able to keep him out of New York, Clay.
Hard running, and it's Amari Daniels again, already a season high for yardage for Daniels. He's been behind, of course, Le'Veon Moss and Reuben Owens this year, but over 1,600 career rushing yards. And for Daniels, as a senior, he wants to have a nice day. This is his 44th career game at Texas A&M. Picks up that first down.
Played a lot of football for him, and you mentioned Le'Veon Moss. They're hoping to get him back next week for Texas and for the stretch playoff run, but they got a stable of backs here. Anyone they put in has seemed to do really well.
First down from the 38. And Jamarian Morrow. He is a true freshman running back. No pickup on that carry. Guy that they're high on.
Yeah. Talking to coaches yesterday, he said this guy has got as good a ball skills out of the backfield receiving as any receiver we have, and he's a speedster, 5'9", 205. Just change of direction, competitive nature, physicality. Coaches love it.
Second down and 10. Reed through the hands of Concepcion. And I think that was a little bit out in front of him. Concepcion maybe a little disgusted with himself. It hit him in the hands, but couldn't haul it in.
Really nice job just going through his progression, getting to his third progression, and throws it out a little bit out in front. It's a little bit inaccurate by Marcel Reed. It hits your hands. Got to catch those. I'm a quarterback, though, Clay. So if it hits your hands, you got to catch it.
Now to the flank. And caught by Terry Bussey, and that's going to be a first down after the catch. Wansley swings him down. 16-yard catch and run for Terry Bussey, the 5-star recruit out of Timpson High School here in Texas.
I really like that play. Just a little RPO, a little bubble screen, take advantage of the numbers. Really nice blocking by tight end Nate Borkacher. That's the second time we've called his name earlier, and it looks like they might have missed that face mask right there, Clay.
That's the second time.
Yep.
I think maybe one was missed. Just over 6 minutes to go here, opening quarter. Williams went in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Reed now dumps it out to Williams, and he can't stay in on the sideline, even though he was trying to tightrope it. It's going to be a loss of 2. Isaiah Williams, though, he is a guy that fans are starting to learn about here in the last couple of games.
Yeah, he caught that first touchdown on the comeback, and all the Aggie fans that I knew, including some friends, said, "Who caught that?" And I said, "Hey, it's Isaiah Williams." 3 catches for 50 yards last week, sort of the catalyst to get this thing going in the second half. He's going to get a lot of work here today.
His first career touchdown. He had 2 career catches before that touchdown last week. They go back inside on the ground for Morrow. So a gritty win at number 8 Notre Dame week 3. That proved a lot to the country. I think last week the Aggies proved something to themselves. Anything is possible.
Absolutely. I mean, you go back to the Notre Dame game on the road. To win at a stadium like that shows the type of heart you have, but then to be at home versus a South Carolina team that everyone has written off, and to be down 27, like we said, just shows that the Aggies can win games every which way. Come from behind, ahead, tight games, all that.
Third down. Pass complete. Concepcion trying to fight for the first down, and I think he's going to be a yard short. So another catch for Concepcion. That's his 4th.
Impressed so far today by the Samford defensive line. They're not letting him get back there and just sort of pick them apart. There's a couple plays early in the game where he had some guys open down the field and was pressured. And I think this is a no-brainer right here on 4th and 1. You're going for it. 15th in the country. They converted a really high rate.
Easy pickup, and then some for Amari Daniels. And we got a penalty flag.
Illegal substitution, more than 11 players. Defense, the penalty will be declined. Resolve the play. First down.
The linebackers coach, Cal King, just 29 years old, calling the defense for the second week for Samford. Promoted to defensive play caller after Scott Sloan was named the interim head coach. So they're working through some things communication-wise. Samford had 12 men on the field that time.
Yeah, never an easy job. If you've never called defenses to come in here, you're Cal King, who's calling the plays, and try to come up with a game plan to stop Marcel Reed and the Aggies.
First down and goal, play action, throw, caught, touchdown. Concepcion.
What a throw. Just a little RPO. The free safety to the left of your screen. 17's going to be down. Throws it right over top of him. A really good job by selling that play fake in the belly of the running back. But his eyes never left number 17, the safety. Throws it right behind his head. Second touchdown pass of the quarter.
Jared Zirkle on for the second time on PAT. He has been dinged up. Back to health, and he bangs home the extra point to make it 14-0. A couple of 100-yard receivers last week, Bethel Roman and Concepcion, and they have found the end zone here early. It's 14-0. 14-0, Texas A&M leading Samford. Elko, 48 years old, in his second year, just signed a 6-year, $66 million contract extension. That was announced right after that comeback win, and he said, "I did not give an amazing halftime speech. We just didn't panic. We won that game 6 months ago with the work we put in over months. That was a culture win," he said. And Samford is going to get it back. They call for the fair catch. But a big contract extension. He showed a lot of humility after that, too, reflecting back on his time as a GA at Stony Brook back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
And there's Trev Alberts, athletic director. In that first picture, and there's his wife in the picture on the right.
It was really cool to talk to because you said it. He's so personable. He's so humble. I mean, just signed an $11 million per year deal, and you said it. He said that showed our culture, that showed our togetherness, and that showed our buy-in.
Well, Samford doesn't have a first down yet. In fact, twice 3 and out. As Damian Samford, the linebacker, made that stop on C.J. Evans. Samford playing at a very high level. You can say that about so many of these Aggies right now. Just 2 yards of offense for the Bulldogs. 10 losses, the most in program history. It's their first trip to College Station, and they're getting an earful. C.J. Evans takes the direct snap, runs into his own man, and is able to turn that into a 2-yard gain, but a lot of traffic in front of him, including some white jerseys.
And look, I played here, Clay, in 2006, and for a quarterback, better yet a running back, to be back there when the crowd's getting loud and everything's going crazy, it's impossible to think. You have all these plays coming in, you have these signals from the sideline. You really just got to focus one play at a time.
Evans ran into Nicholas, Vance Nicholas, the tight end. Yep, that's the Golden Bears' grandson. That's a solid run, but still well short of the line to gain for Ken Cherry. Pickup of 4, so 4th down, and we'll see now what Scott Sloan decides to do. He's going to leave the offense out there. It looks like it.
You got to punt this. Back in your territory, 4th and 4.
Yep, now they're going to bring out the punting unit. Gave it a long thought.
Yeah, I don't know why, to be honest. But you don't want to give them easy touchdowns, make them at least drive the entire part of the field. It's the right decision right here.
You can tell this offense, though, Chase, is out of sync. I mean, it's an air raid offense by design, but they're trying to run more just to shorten the game and not having much impact. As this one rolls nicely to the 21-yard line for Noah Jones, a 48-yard punt. So a couple of touchdowns on the first 3 drives for Texas A&M. They've had to punt once, but it's 14-0.
This is exactly when A&M's their best. You see them running tempo plays, getting up to the line, in and out of the huddle. That's what offensive coordinator Colin Klein told us yesterday. He said, hey, we just need to be our best when we're running these plays. We run the football, we throw the football. There's not a lot of misdirection. We go right at you. We beat you with speed. We beat you with power. It's exactly what they're doing right now to Samford.
We're starting field position for the Aggies from their own 21-yard line. Reed already a couple of touchdown passes. Has time now, running out of it. Throws it, and it's almost intercepted. Is it picked? Yes, it is. Intercepted by Keyshawn Washington at the 37-yard line. And great field position now for the Bulldogs off the first turnover of the day.
This is exactly what we were talking about, getting pressure on him. Hank Weber, he throws it right to number 14. They're going to look after this.
Is under video review.
It looked live like he may have gotten his hands under there. Keyshawn Washington, that angle is not going to show you. This might be the best one we have. And they called it an interception on the field.
Well, Reed had 3 turnovers in the first half last week, including 2 interceptions. A&M turned it over 4 times in that game with the Gamecocks. Right now, it appears they've turned it over for the first time today.
And that if it stands, that'd be his 9th interception of the year. And that's sort of what they've struggled with on this Aggie offense is, one, turning the football over in tough spots, and 2, the red zone offense. I mean, other than that, they've been pretty efficient all year long. Here's probably the best look we're going to have at it. And that ball hits the ground. I don't think that's an interception. Right there, he traps it. Yeah, so they're going to get away with one right there. Casey Concepcion's wide open in the middle of the field. That clearly looks to me like the ball hits the ground.
You're overturning this.
I am. I'm going out on a limb. But this Samford Bulldogs defense, this D-line at least, has gotten and pressured Marcel Reed early in this game.
Hank Weber was the one who got the pressure on Reed that last time. Washington is saying he made the clean pick. Mickey Haddock is our replay official. Let's see what he found out.
After video review, the ruling's an incomplete pass.
Yep.
It's 2nd down at the 21-yard line.
Finally got one right, Clay. Usually don't.
Your streak is over.
Yeah,
congratulations.
It was a really bad streak. I was getting everything wrong.
Yeah, this defense has had its share of problems for sure. Samford, last week's loss to Austin Peay was the 9th time this season allowing 30 points or more, but they've had some pressure, like you said, on Reed. Nearly turned the Aggies over. Morrow, good run, steps out of a tackle, 1st down as he gets across the 35-yard line. Jamarian Morrow brought down by Jaden Mosley, the leading tackler for the Bulldogs, but not before a gain of 15.
This is what they're so excited about. A little misdirection. He starts to the right, cuts back left, and stiff arms a guy. He's hard to bring down. 5'9", 205. Puts a lot of power and strength behind his running, too. He can run you over.
Play fake. Here's Concepcion again. Catch number 5 for Concepcion. He's already over 40 yards receiving. And a touchdown. Sean Young makes that stop. I think he's going to have at least one more play here before the end of the first quarter.
We haven't even seen Mario Craver, right? Not going to play today. He's their sidekick. Those 2 guys, only tandem in the country, averaging over 16 yards a catch with a minimum of 45 catches. They like to stretch the field with those 2. Get them back next week for Texas.
Craver did play last week, but was limited, just the 1 catch against the Gamecocks. Here's Reed loading it up. The bomb to Bethel Roman. Caught him in stride, touchdown. "58 yards, 2nd touchdown of the quarter for Bethel Roman."
Another freshman, although a redshirt freshman. They're going to come in motion. He's going to be in the slot. Going to go up, act like he's going to run an over route at the top of your screen and run right by the safety. And that's just the speed difference between the Aggies receivers who live and breathe on the big play and that Samford Bulldog defense.
Bethel Roman tweaked his right ankle on that 76-yard catch and run last week. That was a little bit of a concern after the game. He said, "Nah, I'm going to be just fine," and he sure looks fine so far today. A couple of touchdown grabs, 3 touchdown passes for Marcel Reed.
And Bethel Roman, over the past 3 quarters, Clay, has 3 of his 4 touchdowns. Another look, he sells the over. As soon as the safety is flat-footed right there, you know it's gone. He comes in, sells it to the post,
Number
goes to
26
the
for
corner.
Texas A&M is reporting as number
Perfectly thrown
37.
football for
Number
Marcel
26
Reed
is
in
reporting
the
as
pocket.
number
That's something he
37.
really worked on this past year. You see the pass yard differential, 120 already in this first quarter.
Let's go down to Maryland.
Marcel Reed's development emotionally is what's made this team so much better this season than they were a year ago. Mike Elko says it's the combination of Reed's warmth and the way that he has become the alpha dog that this offense can believe in that has made the difference. Reed comes off the field after TDs and leads the entire scoring offense. And the little breakdown where they say, light me up, and then drop the bomb themselves. It's an image of just what his leadership means to this team.
And we saw that leadership in the second half last week on full display. That first drive of the third quarter, Reed just took that game on his shoulders. That 4th and 12, if he doesn't pick that up with his feet, that game is probably lost.
It's a season-defining play, Clay. I mean, truly, that play's lost. So going for it on 4th and 12 from the 50, and this dude started really well tonight.
Last play of the first quarter. Samford just trying to pick up a first down. Emerson Russell gets his first carry.
This is the end of the first
It's
quarter.
21-0. Texas A&M on the road to an 11-0 start. It's been good for Marcel Reed and company. They hang 21 in the first 15 minutes. We're back in College Station after a quick timeout.
The Aggies are up 21-0 to start the second quarter here in College Station. Coach, how do you compare what your team's put on the field in the first 15 to your standard?
Yeah, I think we're hitting it right now. Obviously gotten some good stops on defense, moving the ball on offense. It was great to see Marcel connect on the deep ball. Now we just got to keep it going.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks.
Second down and 6 for Samford, and running a long way to get not very much. As Preston Bird, after that catch, Samford has gone 3 and out 3 straight times, still looking for their first down, but a really good first 15 minutes. Chase, again, playing to the standard. That's what it's all about, not playing to the level of the opponent.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Elko told us was, hey, first and second down, specifically on defense, we want to be simple, but we want to play to our standard on third down, and that is coming after the passer as much and as difficult as we can to make it on him to throw the football down the field, and they've done that so far.
Third down and 8 against one of the fiercest defensive fronts in the country, and Crittenden backpedaling, throws it incomplete. A little underthrown. Calvin Jones, their leading receiver, tried to gather it in. They can't do it, and it's another 4th down.
And it just tells you what offensive coordinator Ricky Turner thinks about this Aggies team. That's their 4th 3 and out, and on the 3 previous third downs, it was screen, run. So they have not thrown the football down the field. They don't feel like they can hold up against this Aggies defensive line. For them to have any chance at all, they got to be a lot better on first and second down.
Aggies are going to give Terry Bussey a try on punt return now after Casey Concepcion had a few good returns. Noah Jones will spin this one inside the 40, and Bussey makes the catch. 35-yard punt. So Texas A&M senior day. Announcing another sellout here. Last guaranteed home game for 2025, and look what Marcel Reed is doing. 120 yards passing and 3 touchdowns in the first quarter.
He's already 11th nationally in touchdown passes coming into the game. This is going to vault him even higher in the Heisman Trophy candidacy in running, and you got to imagine, Clay, one more touchdown for these guys, and you could start seeing some backups in the game. That's what I would do.
Amari Daniels, he has 6 carries today. Give him another one. He has looked good. As Ruben Owens is being rested today, or at least he is so far. He picks up 7 on that run. Ruben Owens, E.J. Smith, another one that they're going to be careful with today. Boy, I tell you, E.J. Smith had some inspiring runs last week, as we have a player down for Samford. Luke Wattenbarger, free safety, shaken up. He's able to get off to the sideline. But despite the injury to Moss, this is the number 3 rushing team in the SEC at 191 yards per game. The running game really hasn't fallen off despite the injury to their star running back.
Not at all. And they found different ways to get people involved.
Like Daniels, and there he goes. Stumbles, stays on his feet. 25-20, and he's angled out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Amari Daniels, his biggest run of the day. That's 41 yards.
Right on cue, Amari Daniels off this jet sweep motion to Isaiah Williams. Draws the eyes of the defense to the right. He goes back to the left, and talking about that run game, since Le'Veon Moss has gone down, they've really used the receivers, Casey Concepcion, Mario Kraber, in the run game to get this thing going. Ruben Owens as well. I mean, they got a stable of guys that can carry the football.
Including Morrow, and here goes the freshman. Great cutback. Lunges to the 1. Jamarian Morrow. Give him 15, first down and goal to go Eggs.
We're going to see a lot of him today throughout the entire game. Came into the season with only 1 rushing touchdown, but he's burst on the scene today. 4 carries, 35 yards. Looked good behind this offensive line.
Daniels checks back in, already career high rushing day for Daniels. And he's going to cap the drive with a touchdown run. Fourth touchdown for Texas A&M.
Right through the middle, 5 drives, 4 touchdowns. And look, that's exactly what you want to do against a team like Samford. Come out here, look sharp, play 20, 25 plays and get out of the game. And I'm already seeing Miles O'Neal, the backup quarterback for A&M, warming up on the sideline.
Extra point for Zirkle, 28-0. Remember, 28 second-half points last week. They've got that already. And we still have 12:19 to go until half. All Aggies here in College Station. ...120 yards passing, 3 touchdowns for Marcel Reed. Amari Daniels already career-high rushing. 106 yards on the ground. He has a touchdown now. We've seen the receivers make an impact early. Concepcion and Bethel Roman in particular, each with a touchdown. In fact, Ashton Bethel Roman has a couple, so it's been very efficient. Good-looking offensive start here for Texas A&M. No surprise in that. Meanwhile, Samford has yet to convert a third down. As they're going to get it back here with 12:19 to go until halftime.
If you're Samford right here, you got to figure out a way, whether it's running the football right up the middle, some trickery, some outside passes, quick pass game. They've sort of stayed away from the downfield throwing game because of this front for Texas A&M, but
they might have to.
I mean, they might still have to, but I like these tight formations.
Samford has not had a drive last longer than 2 minutes and 15 seconds. They've all been quick 3 and outs. And just a yard picked up here by C.J. Evans. Second game against the FBS for Samford. They were blown out at Baylor week 3, 42-7. Chris Hatcher, the longtime head coach, talked to him over the years, really good man and good football coach. 62-59 over 11 years at Samford, the winningest coach in program history. Made the FCS playoffs in 2022, but then things kind of went downhill the last few years. He lost the first 6 games this year. Writing was on the wall, and then a couple of weeks ago he was let go. And another short gain in the run attack. So it'll be 3rd down. And so Scott Sloan is the interim head coach. He says it's been a long season. It's been a long couple of weeks. But they were going to come out here today trying to enjoy this environment. You know, it's not often you go to an FCS program that you play in front of 100,000 people.
Well, they have 20 seniors and graduate students that they want to get into the game. It's their last game of football ever. And so that's not lost upon head coach Scott Sloan, who said, hey, we got to trot them out there, do our best that we can.
Another direct snap and nowhere to go up the middle. And it'll be 4th down and 6. Kenny Cherry into the arms of Daylon Evans. Redshirt freshman defensive tackle. I mean, this defense for A&M is good, but it is really deep. I'm talking to Jay Bateman about that. You look at the defensive front that the Aggies had last year, and they sent a bunch of guys down to the NFL. But what makes this one different this year is the depth.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they're 2 to 3 deep at every position, and they all play. And talking to Bateman, like you were saying, we just hockey sub these guys in, so they're fresh. And I don't know how much more they're going to play the starters this week, but looking forward to Texas and a potential SEC championship and keep these guys fresh.
Miles O'Neill is going to come in at quarterback for Texas A&M. Marcel Reed's day is done, and it was a good first few minutes of this game.
A perfect throw to the back pylon. Little fake in the belly of the running back. Throw right behind the safety. And this one, to me, this is an NFL-type throw. The arm strength, the accuracy, the awareness to throw your second read in progression, and then the 4th touchdown on 5 drives. And Marcel Reed said, I'm going to take a seat for the rest of this game. And Miles O'Neill, a guy who's a pocket passer, big, tall guy. They really like him. They really like his arm.
From Marblehead, Massachusetts. Will stand in, slings it over the middle, and it's incomplete. 6th game of the year for Miles O'Neill. That's his first pass thrown since week 2, a blowout win right here against Utah State. So maybe a little rust, maybe some nerves too with this big crowd.
It's always hard to come in as a backup quarterback mid-game when you don't go through the pregame mechanics of starting. You don't get many reps during the week for practice, and so it'll take him a couple series to just settle in, especially on this home crowd, and let this ball rip.
10 minutes to go in the half. O'Neill, he's going to run, showing off his legs. He's going to go head first and roll down ahead to the 40-yard line. That's a 1st down run. Gain of 11.
I mean, he's 6'5", 220. When we were talking to Colin Klein, the OC, yesterday, he said, hey, this guy does not like to run. Well, what do you know? 1st down run right there. You're scrambling, and RPO, they're trying to throw a hitch route to the short side of the field. Nothing's open, and he said, hey, I can do some Marcel Reed impressions myself.
ESPN 3-star recruit a couple of years ago. Looking to complete his first pass. All kinds of time to do it, and he's going to take a deep shot. Underthrown. Who's got it? Samford intercepts. Keyshawn Washington had an interception taken away from him in the 1st quarter, and he gets one here on Miles O'Neill. This one's going to stick.
Yeah, Miles O'Neill is going to want that one back. You see Elko right there saying, hey, do not take it down the field when you don't have to. He had someone else open underneath, but Samford with a much-needed interception.
Well, third down coming up for Samford after the takeaway. Ken Cherry with a couple of runs. And not much to show for it. Maybe 3 yards total on the 2 carries. So another third down and 6. But a takeaway for Samford, trying to build something off of that.
They got one-on-one matchups outside. What's the worst that can happen? Incomplete pass. They've yet to throw the football down the field whatsoever. They have not been able to hold up. Let's see if they can get a tight end or running back chipping on these defensive ends, rushing to see if you can get something going down the field.
Crittenden just 1 completion today. The starting quarterback 1 for 6, minus 2 yards. And the rushing attack just 20 yards gained. Third down and 6. And they run it, and they're not going to have the first down. Very conservative play calling from Ricky Turner, the OC. That's Cam Bland, the true freshman running back, swallowed up by this A&M front. And the Aggies are going to get it back one more time.
And it's just so weird to see this run and gun offense, right? They get into 2 tight ends, 1 tight end sets, and they're running the football on every third down.
They're out of character.
Totally. No,
you can tell they're uncomfortable with it too.
And whether it's the noise or whether it's just the fact that they want to get in and out of here, at some point, though, Clay, you got to throw the football down the field.
Here's Bussey. Some room. There's a flag. And Bussey to almost the 30-yard line of Samford. We'll see what the penalty marker's about. It's back at the 45.
During the return, holding number 29, return team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Miles Davis with the hold for Texas A&M. The Aggies will have it back. After the Miles O'Neill turnover, we'll see what he can do next time out.
All right, here's the interception from Miles O'Neill. He has a guy right in the middle of the field wide open, opts to take the post route down the field, underthrows it, throws it really late. And as he's walking off the field right here, Coach Elko's going to come up and have some choice words. Hey, just take the completion, especially on your first drive. Don't try to push the ball down the field. And even though they're up 28, still coaching.
Pro-style quarterback with a big arm. He showed it there. I mean, that he hoisted that a long way downfield. But remember, this is his first action, first time throwing the football since week 2 against Utah State. And needed to be a little bit more conservative, perhaps. to avoid that interception. Morrow gets the carry on first down and another flag now. Let's go down to Maryland.
As Mike Elko is encouraging smart passing, wide receivers coach is encouraging his wide receivers to position their routes in the right places. In addition to a few choice words for Terry Boozy, who was the intended receiver on the interception, Wiggins has been telling Ashton Bethel Roman all day long, you're running your post routes too long. You have to keep them short. Don't go that deep.
That's good stuff right there, Maryland. And that's exactly what happened to Casey Concepcion early in the game on this post route. So good information right there.
We're after the holding call against Texas A&M. Backed up inside their own 35. O'Neal throws. Good looking pass to Morrow. He's going to get back close to the original line of scrimmage. It's a gain of 6. That's one thing, too, about Morrow that they like. I mean, he's a good receiver out of the backfield.
Absolutely. And, you know, going back to Miles O'Neal, you said it, Clay. He hadn't played in a long time. And when you come into games like this, you just try to stack completions, right? You don't try to throw it down the field at times. And sometimes that happens. And
yeah, he was just trying to do too much in that first series.
He'll settle in nicely here, I'm sure.
Morrow with a couple of yards before Jacob Johnson, the weak side linebacker, wraps him up.
And this is good practice, Clay. I mean, for the backups, not only for Miles O'Neal and anyone else in the game, but, you know, A&M's, they're watching them, right? And they're watching them just like the starters and saying, hey, what's our depth at when the transfer portal opens? Who's staying? Who's not? Who's going? And so this is a big deal for these guys who haven't got to play a lot this year.
3rd down and 8. They need the 50-yard line for a first down. Throwing it deep again. O'Neal way overthrown. As it was intended for T.K. Norman, a true freshman. We're probably going to see a lot the rest of this game. And it's 4th down. And here comes O'Neal to the sideline again. We'll see what kind of communication with Elko he has. And again, it's not very positive looking.
Yeah, look, I mean, they're trying to run a double move on the outside. They're running an out route from the inside receiver and a double move on the outside. And tries to throw it deep again, and I think what he's saying there is, hey, just give your guy a chance down the field. Just keep it in bounds. Let our guy go up and make a play for a guy in T.K. Norman they really like.
Second punt for Tyler White. Low, wobbly kick, and it's going to take a Texas A&M roll inside the 15-yard line to the 14. Samford still doesn't have a first down in this game. It's all Aggies, 28-0. Well, the defense for Texas A&M has been so good all year. That second half shutout last week, stopping the Gamecocks in all 5 drives, and today it's been pretty salty too against the Samford Bulldogs.
0 first downs for Samford, and the catalyst all year long, Clay, has been this defensive line. They're ruthless at getting at the quarterback, and they've done it so far today.
A couple of tackles for loss for this defense. They've had 6 or more tackles for loss every game this season. And C.J. Evans gets a yard. That's been the average carry so far for Samford, about a yard or 2.
Player of the offense.
We've got a player down for the Bulldogs. Tyler Douthit, the left guard. Best third down defense in the country. Team with the most sacks in the country. And you could see they've just punished this offensive line for Samford. They're winning the battles up front. They win them every week, but especially against a 1-10 FCS opponent. The size advantage is just so obvious.
Size differential is obvious, and for how good this A&M defense has played, the stat that I just keep coming back to, like 24% on third down. There was a stretch play of 3 SEC games against Auburn, Mississippi State, and Florida, where those teams only converted a total of 2 third downs in those 3 games. I mean, this is historically good on third down.
Four yards is the longest play for Samford today. Deep in their own territory, 2nd and 8. Another run, left side, nothing. Same play, same story. Let's go down to Maryland.
Samford offensive coordinator Ricky Turner punctuated the preparation of facing these Aggies defensive front by simply saying, from a protection standpoint, it'll be tough, as a lot of, he pauses, other teams have found out, and that's just the cadence of him trying to explain, in addition to the FCS differential, the size differential, the fact that this Aggies team has been that impactful against one of the strongest conferences in the country.
Here's that third down defense, putting the heat on. Crittenden throws it downfield, receiver stumbles. No penalty flag. It's intended for Preston Bird, well covered, and it's 4th down.
And I like the call. You sprint them out, you get away from this defensive front. They're trying to throw a little hitch route to the wide side of the field. He ends up trying to throw a corner route, and all A&M is doing is saying, hey, we're playing man-to-man. We're rushing 5 and our free safeties at 8 yards, and it doesn't seem fair out there right now, to be honest with you.
Bussey is going to let this one bounce. Now scoops it up.
Dangerous.
Yeah. Courageous.
Well, that's a word.
And a 4-yard return for Bussey. There is the fighting Texas Aggie band. And we're going to be enjoying them at halftime. We hope you will stick around for that. New quarterback for the Aggies. Mike Elko has given Miles O'Neill a couple of possessions, really didn't seem to like what he saw, and now Brady Hart, a true freshman from Cocoa, Florida. He's going to come in and try to get lathered up. He also saw the field last time against Utah State week 2. He'll hand off here tomorrow. He does not have a completion on the year. But I'll tell you what, he threw for a ton of yards and a lot of touchdowns as a high schooler in Florida. 7,500 yards and 78 touchdowns as a prep.
And he reclassified, Clay, so he's only 17 years old. He didn't do his senior year of high school. He got on campus when he was 16. They wouldn't even let him move into a dorm yet.
Too young for that. Not old enough. You're not old enough for a dorm. You're really young.
He barely started driving.
TK Norman can't reel that one in. That's the 2nd time he's been targeted. So freshman to freshman. And it's 3rd down quickly.
And this is a guy in Brady Hart that this entire staff really likes. I was on the field pregame talking with offensive coordinator Colin Klein, and they feel really good about this 6'4", 200-pound guy from Cocoa, Florida. Was really lucky to get him. His future's bright here at A&M.
Play fake, screen, and good move. Here goes TK Norman. Cuts it back, still on his feet. And Norman somersaults to the 21. Colin Klein compared Norman to a baby deer yesterday when we were talking to him, and I see what he means.
Another true freshman. First year is ball skills and speed you see there. And how about that for your first completion of your collegiate career for Brady Hart? Congratulations. I remember mine. It was a screen as well. Get those easy ones to get going.
First down and 10. Swing pass. There he is again, Norman. And a couple of true freshmen having some fun together as Gaither makes that tackle. You see the explosive plays, and so many of them throughout the season, and now some of the rookies getting involved in the explosive category.
And it starts with their receivers, Casey Concepcion, Mario Craver, who we haven't seen today, and even TK Norman down the field. And these guys can fly. And Marcel Reed is averaging almost 15 yards a completion play.
And that's chopped down quickly. Kelshawn Johnson, his first catch of the day. Another true freshman. And that's going to be the final play
This is the 2-minute
of the first half
timeout.
as we're down to the 2-minute timeout. So Texas A&M with the backups in on the march late in the first half, leading 28-0.
Bigger than ever, we back.
I get chills when we call one of these games.
Legends are made in that building right there. We on a whole nother level. Bigger than ever, we back. SEC champions.
There's a really good chance Texas A&M is going to play in that SEC title game December 6th, 4 Eastern on ABC. As Brady Hart cocks his arm, fires toward the end zone, comes up short, intended for Isaiah Williams. Great pressure by Donovan Grayson that time. And it's fourth down, and Texas A&M is going to have to settle for a field goal attempt as Jared Zirkle will come on for the kick.
Yeah, they end up pressuring. Nobody right there. Stays in the pocket though, but gets crushed. Trying to throw the football down the field to Isaiah Williams, and no one taking the blitzer through the middle of the field.
Jared Zirkle on to kick. Randy Bond has been struggling with field goal attempts. They give Zirkle a try, and it's no good. So the field goal kicking continues to be an issue for Texas A&M. And you got to wonder, if you're going to be a real national title contender, how much of a problem, how much of an Achilles heel this could be down the stretch.
I mean, talking to Mike Elko, it's all three phases, right? The standard is what the standard is, and they have not been up to standard specifically in the kicking game. And there's something that they got to get fixed. I mean, between Randy Bond and Jared Zirkle, a lot of misses. This is a game where you want to be able to make those, get some confidence going into next week's game against Texas and then the stretch run for this Aggie team.
Aggies 1 away from their first ever appearance in the SEC title game. Going to play Texas coming up on Friday on ABC, Black Friday. Ken Cherry lowers his head, maybe a couple of yards for Cherry. Rushing attack under 30 yards so far in this game for Samford, as they have yet to convert a third down. This is their 8th possession, and they have yet to move the chains.
On the stat I'm looking at, Clay, is that -2 pass yards. I mean, to move the ball versus this team, you got to throw the football down the field. It's been a lot of screens and draws.
Crittenden just 1 completion, 1 for 7. Cherry gets it again, bounces off a man, and then gets ahead for maybe a yard. So it'll be third down. Timeout called for by Texas A&M with a minute to go in the half.
First charge timeout, Texas A&M, 30 seconds.
And they're calling a timeout. Obviously, they want the football back, but more importantly, they want to get Brady Hart a chance to run the 2-minute drill, put him in a situation he's really never been before to see what you got. So for those at home saying, hey, why are we calling a timeout 28-0? Hey, the standard is what the standard is at Texas A&M, and they want to get their guys some play time.
I mean, there's been some things, obviously, that Mike Elko hasn't liked here in the first half, some inefficiencies, but it's been mostly with the backups in there. I think the first unit went out there and certainly played to the standards of Aggies football that Mike Elko was talking pregame with Maryland.
And when we were talking yesterday with him, he was like, hey, we sort of asked him, hey, so are you guys going to like take this week off? Or like, hey, how are you doing? He's like, no, we're playing our guys and we're going to play them for at least 4 to 5 series. And 28 points in 5 series is pretty good.
Nothing. It's a loss of a couple on the play. Miles Davis shooting in.
Texas A&M.
And Cherry was going nowhere. As Texas A&M is going to call another timeout. Need some time to work with quarterback Brady Hart. Brady Hart, true freshman, just 17 years old. You can imagine how excited he is for this opportunity. Go out here and show what he can do.
Number 26 for Texas A&M is reporting as number 37. Number 26 reporting as number 37.
Isaiah Williams is going to return the punt. Short kick. Williams fields it on the run and then is hit at about the 48-yard line. So here comes Hart. 3 for 5, 31 yards passing so far.
This is a good situation, Clay, to put the true freshman in. There's a couple things you want to think about in 2-minute situations. I'm sure Elko's told them this and they've taught him it is. One, hey, first of all, don't let the other team touch the football. Samford has 3 timeouts. The second thing is get into field goal range. You only need about 15 yards. And third thing, once you get into field goal range, let's go score a touchdown.
Throws down the seam and it's caught. Kelshawn Johnson. Second time Johnson has been targeted. That's a gain of 25 for the rookie.
Really nice pocket awareness by Brady Hart. Just scans the field, goes number 1 to number 2, and fires a BB right at Johnson's chest.
Number 23 quickly to the outside. That is snatched. And TK Norman out of bounds to stop the clock. 32 seconds. And again, Texas A&M does have a timeout. Already within field goal range, but again, the field goal kicking hasn't been great.
Nice composure, though, by Brady Hart. Really settled in nicely. Talking to his offensive line. Some good leadership qualities being shown here by Brady Hart.
Hart bumped out of the pocket. Now he's going to show off his feet. 10, 9, 8-yard line for Hart. Stays in bounds. Got the first down, so the clock stops to move the chains. And Hart is going to spike it. 19 seconds to go before halftime.
One timeout, 19 seconds. You got to imagine down here with the field goal kicking, it's almost like automatic this close to give this guy 3 shots to the end zone. Let him throw it. They still got a timeout in their back pocket. Could pop a draw on him.
Marcel Reed started the game. It was typical Marcel Reed, the Heisman candidate. Scoring 3 touchdowns. We've seen Miles O'Neill for a couple of series, and now the freshman Hart to the back of the end zone, incomplete. There were a couple of receivers there, Johnson and Norman, and I don't know if they crossed wires in the end zone. They were very close together.
Yeah, it looked like Johnson should have been on the back end line. They're running a little slant concept to the right. Pure progression play. You're sweeping the field right to left when you're reading this. You gotta get a high-low concept though, Clay. Down here to the field, there's a lot of times here you want to put someone short and someone behind them versus 2-eye safety look.
Plenty of time for Hart. Throws and tried to force it in there to Amari Niblack, the tight end. He's pretty well defended at the goal line. And so now they will run out Jared Zirkle for another try to field goal.
Yeah, Samford's good job there. They're in the 2-eye safety look, man up underneath, and these receivers couldn't shake free. Nice job trying to buy some time and see if they can make this field goal.
He missed wide right from 36 on the last possession. This will be a 25-yard attempt from the right half. This time it's good. Second field goal make of the year for Jared Zirkle, who hasn't been healthy most of the year. And it's now 31-0. And this is the most first half points that the Aggies have scored this season. Kind of what we expected this game to turn into. It's been a blowout here in the first half.
Yep.
As Samford comes in here, it's their regular season finale. They just had a coaching change, being led by interim head coach Scott Sloan. And now the all 12th man kickoff team is out there. All of these players on this kickoff unit are walk-ons.
See him getting loud for them.
And the fans are letting them hear it. And that's how the first half comes to an end. Number 3, Texas A&M. Ready to go to 11-0. Obviously, taking care of business here in the first half ahead of that big matchup next week against Texas. Big hand for the 12-man kickoff team. It's halftime here at College Station. All Aggies.
And I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to the regulations and the Uniform Code.
Welcome into the SEC Halftime Report. Dari Doring and Watson as we start to look at game coming up a little bit later tonight. ABC's got it. It's Tennessee, Florida. We'll dive into that. Of course, Coastal Carolina, South Carolina right here at 4:15 Eastern Time. And then we're at Tiger Stadium in prime time for the Hilltoppers and LSU. But let's get into this Tennessee and Florida. I want to kind of break this down a little bit of a different way, right? Little bit of a different way as these two teams get going over on ABC at 7:30 Eastern Time. I know it's a disappointing season for Florida, but certainly beating Tennessee would,
what do you mean?
Create a little bit of fun and positivity.
All that yes, it would. It would do that, and there are some things to highlight for the Florida Gators. The defense has largely been good, and Jaden Baugh, a second ago we saw, has been really the most consistent thing on offense.
Okay, so here we go. Let's go a little over-under here, shall we? Jaden Baugh. Over or under 19.5 touches in this game?
It better be well over.
Better be well over
touches, because not only is he their most effective runner, B-Dub, now all of a sudden he's become a consistent ball catcher out of the backfield. Even last week, they line him up at receiver. He's running slants, catching the ball in traffic. So I think we need to see that number about 30.
It also takes the ball out of the quarterback hands as well. And so we've seen Florida quarterbacks struggle, namely DJ Lagway, with protecting the football. One thing you do for that is give the ball to the running back. And quite honestly, Tennessee's defense hasn't been the defense that we saw last year. I mean, this defense for Tennessee last year was top of the SEC, top of the nation in a lot of categories. They struggled repeatedly this season. So one way to attack them is to run the football. And this game, CD, this game is about pride. I did not realize that it's been 10 trips for Tennessee going on the road and losing at Florida.
I like to say 2003 better. It sounds much more impressive.
It does. Twice in 50 years. That sounds even more impressive. But the fact that they've won 3 games, Florida, you beat Tennessee, there's something to salvage from the season.
You know, there's a reason Steve Spurrier once said, can't have citrus without UT. Yeah, domination.
I don't know if the new generation of Vol Gator fans know that.
They don't, well, but now they might.
It's iconic,
right?
Absolutely. They're looking it up right now.
By the way, the last
iconic.
year of this until we take a break for a couple of years with the schedule changing.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, there are some of those sad situations with the schedule change, but there's also exciting situations with new matchups. Okay, how about another little over-under, more or less? Joey Aguilar, the SEC's passing leader in yards per game, goes over or under the 294 mark?
Ooh, I'm going to go under, all right? I'm going to say reluctantly under because I feel like as hot as Joey Aguilar was playing early in the season, there's been a little bit of regression. This is a really strong group of receivers that he has to throw to, though. I really feel like Florida's emphasis is going to limit some of those explosive plays in the secondary, although Florida has given up a number of those recently themselves. So I'm not sure. I'm going to side with the fact that I'm going to take under reluctantly, though.
I don't know why. I mean, against conference opponents, he's 330 yards per game. And so, yeah, he's 294 for everybody. But against conference opponents, Joey Aguilar continues to show up. A lot of that happens in the first quarter where they are blitzkrieging teams, 14 points in the first quarter, highest in FBS. And so I agree with you. I think there's going to be explosive plays. I think Florida is going to struggle a bit. And I think Aguilar may turn the ball over. We've seen that, but continue to stay aggressive throwing the ball, especially in a conference game.
I know a few weeks ago against a pretty good Oklahoma defense, he threw for almost 390.
Yeah.
So there you go. But
he's got faith in his Gators.
All right, next up, yes, he does. He does have faith in his Gators. We see it every Saturday. These two teams not unknown to turn the football over. How about a total turnover number of 3.5? In other words, will this be pretty or ugly?
Pound the over, right?
Really?
I mean, look, we talked about the quarterback situation over the last couple of weeks. These two quarterbacks have combined to throw 6 interceptions, 4 of them from Aguilar in the last 2 ball games, 2 from DJ Lagway. So I think the quarterbacks themselves are going to turn the football over eventually. So even if you just asked me interceptions, I would have taken over.
Yeah, 32 combined turnovers for both teams, giveaways for both teams together this season. And so, yeah, and also think this is going to be a game. I think this might be a game that kind of mirrors some of the older Tennessee-Florida games where we see teams trying to score. I expect to see some offense in this game. I expect to see some aggression, and sometimes with that aggression, offensively, turnovers happen.
Yes, as Jonathan in my ear says, Thanksgiving coming up, right? Everybody's just kind of giving away. We may see plenty of turnovers in this football game over on ABC 7:30 Eastern time. All right, let's pick a score. How about a score pick? Got one?
The Vols don't win in Gainesville. I know it's been a tough year for Florida, but I'm taking Florida to win this game 34-27.
I like it. I'm taking Tennessee. I think they, you're looking at me kind of crazy. I'm taking Tennessee around 35. I think Florida scores about 24. Yeah.
Double-digit win in Gainesville.
I do. I do.
Hammer the Tennessee line. That's what he's saying. All righty. Of course, Friday, so, short week, but not a short week, actually, because neither of these Egg Bowl teams are playing this week. They're getting ready for the Egg Bowl in Starkville on Friday. Of course, Ole Miss sitting there at number 6 in the college football playoff rankings. Some question what a loss would do to them, how tenuous their playoff positioning might be if that happens. Their job is to make sure that it doesn't. Fortunately, there's nothing distracting going on down there. Everything's just nice and peaceful. Everybody knows the future of the program and who's going to lead it. Now, let's talk about these teams real quick. B-Dub, I'll start with you here. If you're Ole Miss, what's been your focus, aside from the Kiffin stuff, as you prepare for Mississippi State?
I don't know if you can focus aside from the Kiffin stuff.
Really?
I mean, it sounds great to say. I've been on teams where a head coach has been in flux. There's been all this stuff on the outside. The individual players, Dari, have to focus on doing their job, but there's also this other noise. And so I don't know how you go into a game of this magnitude playing a rival in your own state with all that's going on. What should they be focused on? Without that, if you were to ask me that question, I would say obviously going out and not playing down to an opponent. Going out and understanding what your team is. You are a team that can run the football exceptionally well with Kejuan Lacey. You are a team that has a quarterback in Trinidad Chambliss that is getting better. You're explosive on offense. You've got a lot in front of you from a CFP perspective. And so now's the time to go out and win a rivalry game. But, I mean, the cloud that is over this program, and it's not necessarily all negative, but anytime as an athlete, we are creatures of routine. Anytime as an athlete, you're having to field questions from your mom and dad texting you. You're having to field questions during media time from the media asking you, so if coach leaves, are you going to go follow him? You're having to answer all these non-football related questions. It takes away from a rivalry game, and we know what can happen when rivals face off.
This specific rivalry,
exactly.
too, underdogs typically have been able to pull off some upsets you wouldn't expect. So it's a dangerous spot for Ole Miss, certainly. But I would push back a little bit. Like, I think you and I are looking at it through the old guy perspective as old athletes. These young guys, they move around a lot. They're like, hey, same thing that we do. I mean,
you got a point.
Maybe it's not as big of an impact on them with the talk because they're just used to the transient nature of college football these days. With that being said, I think this team, Dari, remembers back. I know a lot of new faces on this year's team, but a lot of them remember back to last year, letting the Kentucky game get away early in the season, letting the Florida game late in the year get away. I really believe they learned from those mistakes last year, and they're going to play with a much higher level of focus and intensity in this one. I do not expect them to drop, because if they do, depending on who the coach is, too, they could find themselves out of the playoff field for sure.
They could win and find themselves out, depending on what happens.
I have a hard time believing that.
Well, they set a precedent. They need to be out. If the head of your snake is gone, for Florida State, it happened.
I do not agree with that.
I don't agree with
now,
that.
That was a 4-team field, though. This is a 12-team field. You got to find room for an 11-1 Ole Miss, even if Lane doesn't end up going.
I understand that, and I don't agree with it either. But I'm just saying, like, stranger things have happened, and your 14 point is well taken. But if you've got a team that wins next week, has all the resume to make it in, maybe they make it in by, barely. But they have to drop, considering you don't have the head of the snake.
If that's the case.
They would have to lose the ball game. Where they are right now, they're firmly in the field. So I don't see them, outside of losing, falling out. But, don't give anybody – that's the message to everybody this weekend. It's in the playoff line. Don't give anybody a reason on that committee to screw things up.
No doubt about it. Absolutely. Yeah, if there's going to be a drop at all because of that, it's maybe they don't end up hosting a playoff game. But you also – that's something they – would love to have home playoff game there.
Could you imagine that environment in Oxford, man?
Right?
That's what 4 years in the making. This is the culmination of a lot of work.
Yep. No question about it. All right, when all the games are over, we've got you for SEC football final. Of course, our nightcap again, LSU, Western Kentucky in Baton Rouge. Final, though, when it's all over. 60 minutes to get you through a big, busy SEC Saturday.
the College Football Playoff Selection Show. The bracket will be filled. Judgment Day is here.
I like that, Judgment Day. That's kind of what it's going to feel like, December 7th, noon Eastern. And if the college football playoffs started today, Texas A&M, the number 3 team in the country, at least this is based on rankings, would have a bye into the quarterfinals. Of course, a lot can happen between now and then. The Aggies will play next Friday against Texas, and then possibly an SEC championship game before the final rankings come out for the playoff. All Aggies in the first half, 31-0, leading FCS Samford. Second half from College Station right after this timeout. Ready for the second half here in College Station. Welcome back to the SEC on ESPN. Chase Stanton, Clay Matvick, Marilyn Payne. Ready for the second half. It's 31-0 Aggies. Number 3 in the country, still undefeated. And it looks like it's going to stay that way, Chase. No surprise that this game is lopsided at the half. Maybe a surprise that Samford wasn't even able to pick up 1 first down in 8 tries.
Yeah, absolutely. 0 first downs for Samford. That's the story of the game a little bit. But the Aggies defense and offense, they both came out when they were playing the starters and did exactly what they wanted to do, is they wanted to be efficient with the football on offense, scoring 4 out of their first 5 drives, 28 total points. And the defense, like you said, 0 first downs for Samford.
Marcel Reed, 3 touchdown passes in the first half. You talked about him being a Heisman candidate. And adding to those credentials in the first half?
Absolutely. 3 total touchdown passes for Marcel Reed. Looked really good just in the pocket. I think that's where his growth has come this year, is throwing the football from a really nice pocket. And this is an NFL type throw. The decision making, the accuracy, the rhythm within the pocket. And Ashton Bethel-Roman, and he's looked the part too. 2 touchdown passes in this first half, and the Aggies were rolling.
Marcel Reed done for the day, 10 for 15, 123 touchdowns. Amari Daniels did a lot of the heavy lifting in the run game for the Aggies in the first half. A career high 106 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Samford will start at the 25 here in the third quarter as we go down to Maryland Payne.
Mike Elko said that he feels really good about the reps that his backup quarterbacks are getting, but he does want to see this offense operate at a higher level, regardless of which of the two is playing in the second half. The head coach who helps call the defense is really pleased with the way that his 1.5s and 2s, as he calls them on defense, are operating. And as for the kicking game, he said that we will continue to search to find answers. It is critical, he said, that the Aggies find consistency on special teams. Jared Zirkle missed a 36-yard kick and then made one. But Randy Bond, he was committed to continuing to play on Monday. So keep an eye out to see who rotates in there.
Yeah, that's something they definitely have to figure out, as Crittenden is incomplete on his first pass attempt of the second half. 1 for 7 throwing the football in the first half, just 1 completion. And you wonder if this air raid offense, because they were taking on a character, running the football so much in the first half, if they actually go back to what they feel more comfortable doing, even if that elongates the game.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw him on first down right there throw it. We hadn't seen him very often throw it on first down in the first half, so maybe they're going to get back to who they are.
2nd and 10. Go back to the ground and nothing there. Marco Jones, the tackle on Ken Cherry. Cherry leading the team in carries, but just 9 yards on the ground.
As we mentioned, Clay, 0 for 8 on third down. And look, I get it. Samford's trying their best and just haven't really thrown the football down the field, but this Aggie defense has been suffocating.
Best third down defense in the country. Came into the game 24% holding opponents on third down conversions, and another Bulldog ineffective third down conversion attempt as Crittenden is sacked. That is the first sack for the Aggies today, believe it or not. It's Daylon Evans, 39th sack on the year for the nation's leading sack team.
Yeah, this is going to go down as a sack, but I think this was an RPO where Crittenden just sort of kept it, and Evans made a nice move on the outside. Didn't go for the running back and went right for the halfback.
Isaiah Williams is going to get an opportunity to return a punt. The receiver has it, and he dodges a tackle and gets across the 40-yard line to about the 43. Jacob Johnson made the special teams tackle. So we'll see who the Aggies run out there at quarterback to start the second half. Miles O'Neill had 2 series in the first half and threw a couple of bombs that didn't connect, and he came out, and that turned it over to Brady Hart for a while to end the half, but it looks like O'Neill's going to start the third quarter.
Yeah, just got to get settled in here. Some quick completions, run the football, some RPO type stuff, and that's sort of what was wrong with him in the first half, is he had too much open, or too many shots down the field. He had stuff open underneath.
1 for 4 in the first half. He's complete here to Williams. And again, it's freshman to freshman, redshirt to redshirt. And it's a gain of about 7 for Williams. Again, getting more of an opportunity in the pass catching game because Mario Craver a little nicked up. I think they're going to have just about everybody healthy enough to go on Friday against Texas, as Morrow blasts ahead for a first down.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing coming out of a game like this, is you've got it in control and you're looking forward to the rest of the season. Talking to the staff, it's like, hey, how do we get out of here doing our job, being efficient on offense and defense, but also the number one thing is health.
They're going deep down the depth chart now. Tiger Ryden is in the ball game and running back. They fake it to him. Now going deep is O'Neal, and underthrown, incomplete, intended for TK Norman. Did he not see it because of the sun?
Absolutely, yeah, and that's exactly what I was saying. It was actually a nice throw. TK Norman just really never located the football, and they're looking back up to the left side, and that was an easy touchdown if TK Norman comes down with that. The sun was the culprit play.
TK Norman, his first catches of the year in this ball game. He had 3 in the first half for 39 yards. He's been targeted 6 times. There's Tiger Ryden with the carry. Look at Ryden go. His first carry. And a flag down back at the 40-yard line.
Holding. Offense, number 84. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So it's coming back. Amari Nyblack, former Longhorn, the former Crimson Tide, the holding call. Yeah, that's the thing about Texas A&M. We've talked about the kicking game. Here's another area where they want to clean up some things before it's too late. They average over 66 yards in penalties per game. That's most in the SEC. Something Mike Elko is keeping an eye on. So 2nd and 9 after the penalty. And now O'Neal is going to run. Wow, look at that. Taking the tackler on. He just lowered his head and ran right over Niall Perkins.
I don't know if you want to see that out of your backup quarterback. I like what they're doing. He's sort of high stepping out of bounds, not acting like he's going to go over bounds. And Elko's like, hey, man, get down. What are we doing?
One thing's obvious. Since Miles O'Neal has come into the ballgame, he is jacked up. His energy level is really high as Ryden gets another chance here, and that's a 1st down carry for Tiger Ryden, gain of 3. You could see it in the first half with those overthrows, and I think you see it there with that decision.
Yeah, and look, he's a redshirt freshman. He's trying to find his way, but maybe that'll get him amped up, though, Clay. I always like to get hit early in games, early in halves, get the juices flowing a little bit.
1st and 10, complete to the outside to Williams. Gain of 6 for Isaiah, who really turned that game around last week. His touchdown catch started the comeback. First touchdown of his career, and what a touchdown to remember. The biggest comeback in Texas A&M history.
The unlikely guy steps up in the most needed position. Career 2 catches, no touchdowns in a career day last week for him.
2nd and 4, Ryden again. It's a 1st down. Boy, Tiger Ryden has been impressive in his first action. That's a 10-yard rip.
Running behind his pads as he runs off the field, and good for this young man. There's just another running back at A&M, that downhill runner.
True freshman out of DeSoto, Texas. 5'10", 212 pounds. Over 200 yards rushing now for the Aggies. And Jamarian Morrow takes it inside the 15. So offensive coordinator is Colin Klein. He's an impressive young man. I've known about him for a long time. Of course, called some of his games when he was at Kansas State. But
legend.
First time really talking to him since he's been in the coaching ranks. Just 36 years old, 2nd year here, and he's done some wonderful things with the offense. This is going to be a shot to the end zone. Should be a flag. There it is. There's actually a couple. As Dean Newsom tugged on Isaiah Williams. Or was it Jalen Nelson?
Pass interference. Defense. Automatic first down.
I think it was Newsom, but either way, 1 or 6, it was clearly pass interference. And so now Texas A&M has it first down and goal to go.
Just a little fade route to the short side of the field. Nice throw, and I guess instead of giving up the touchdown, you'd rather have pass interference.
They'll feed it to Ryden. To the goal line. Did he get in? No, they're going to mark it short. As Carson Sloan makes the touchdown saving tackle. Colin Klein was hired away from Kansas State. He's offensive coordinator there for his alma mater and has really fit in with what Mike Elko is trying to build here as they try to cap this drive with the reserves. Play number 11. And second effort. Touchdown. Ryden. Got the freshman making an impact here in the third quarter. He did a lot of the heavy lifting on that drive.
It's got to be a good feeling. As a freshman, you don't get to play a lot. Your Aggies are 10-0 on their way to 11-0, and you're able to find the end zone at Kyle Field where, I mean, there's at least still 100,000 fans in the stadium, Clay. They have not left at all. You see his teammates super fired up for him.
Zirkle on for the extra point. 11 plays, 59 yards in 5 minutes, 9 seconds. And Ryden takes it in from 1 yard out to make it 38-0. Here at Texas A&M, it's been a while since the last national championship, 1939, before World War II. And the last conference title, 1998 when they were still in the Big 12. And looking for their first college football playoff appearance. They're one win away from that. If they can beat Texas, that will be a lock. Chance to get into the CFP is almost a sure thing. And pretty good chance, better than half, that they're going to get into that SEC title game. You beat Texas, it's a done deal.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't happen, Bama or Ole Miss lose. Well, they both have to lose, then they're still in. But they would love to do it on their own merit. Here's Calvin Jones on the return for Samford, trying to get something going. And that's a pretty good return by Samford standards today, almost to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, nice little return. Start to the right. Get outside. A couple A&M guys fall down, and probably their best starting field position today from a kickoff return perspective. But you know, going back to A&M, I mean, it's to me one of the greatest seasons A&M has ever put together. To be undefeated this late in the season, I mean, you win today, which they're going to. You're a lock for the college football playoff, and these fans, they are excited about it. We saw them out on the town last night. They could not stop saying, Aggie pride, Aggie pride.
Hey, a little hook and ladder. Look out. Big play, biggest of the game. Preston Bird down the sideline for Samford. Calvin Jones made the catch and flips it to Bird for a gain of 27. Exactly what Samford needed.
I saw this on Monday Night Football a couple weeks ago. Nice little trickery there for the biggest play of the game, and they got their first down right there, Clay.
Into plus territory, Preston Bird, the slot receiver, has been nicked up the last couple of weeks. In there, and it's an explosive play for Samford, and now they're going to do it again. This time, C.J. Evans gets the flip. Texas A&M was ready for it. Sam Pickett the catch, Evans the run. They only get a yard, and Ricky Turner, the offensive coordinator, going deep into his bag because they have to start moving the football.
Yeah, and he told us in the production meeting, he said, hey, when we met with him, there's no trickery. Back-to-back plays right there with hook and ladders. A little screen pass that time.
Here's Scott Sloan, the interim head coach. His second game as interim head coach. He lost last week at Austin Peay 30-16. And back to Ken Cherry, who has no running room up the middle. Solomon Williams, number 30, leading the charge. And it's third down and long again for Samford.
Let's see if Samford puts it in the air on this third and long. They did not do it at all. Down the field throwing the football in the first half on third down. And right now they are 0 for 9 on third down conversions.
Bulldogs' first trip to College Station. You know what it sounds like now. Crittenden caught, and it's going to be short of the marker, but there's a catch by Maddox McKim.
Personal
couple of flags down.
Roughing the passer. Defense, number 30. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. Automatic, first down.
Solomon Williams, who just made that tackle moments ago, called for the personal. And now it's a first down. You've just given the Bulldogs 2 first downs on this drive.
Yeah, Solomon Williams on the right side of your screen comes through and just way too late. Hits him in the back right there. And like you mentioned it, they're the highest penalized team in terms of yardage in SEC play. That's something that you just can't do on third down.
And another flag.
False start. Offense, number 58. 5-yard penalty, first down.
It's on the center, Will Turner. More yards in this drive for the Bulldogs than they had the entire first half. They're now kind of in a tough spot here. First down and 15. Swing pass. Caught by Ken Cherry. Tries to get behind a block. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage and inside the 25-yard line before Lockhart ties him up.
If you're the Aggie defense, you know, it's 38-0, but you're playing for that shutout. I mean, it's impossible, almost impossible to get shutouts nowadays. And you're on the sideline, your starters are, I've been there where, hey, the reserves and second, third string guys are in there and you're saying, hey, hold them, let's go.
Remember, this is a Samford offense that is normally an air raid attack. Close to 300 yards passing per game, but they've almost abandoned the pass today. Pitch it out, and swarming are the Aggies. Daylon Evans, who's got a big game, gets out there to cut down C.J. Evans. That's going to be a loss of 2, and it's 3rd down and long.
And that is something you just cannot do against this bigger, faster, stronger Aggie defense, is run to the outside. Maybe some screens. If you're going to have any success running the football, it's right through the middle of this Aggie defense.
It's their 6th tackle for loss. They've had 6 or more TFLs every game this year.
Oh, wow. It's a lot.
Look at her throw, Crittenden. It's complete. Good tackle in the open field. Maddox McKim had it, but he is tackled from behind by Jared Kerr, the safety.
They got to kick it here, right? Yeah.
They're going to bring out the field goal unit.
Don't want to get shut out.
So Jake Garner, a freshman, he's had a good year, 10 for 11. He's hit from 40, that's his long. This will be just beyond that. 41-yard attempt. That's blocked. Taking it back the other way, Javon Thomas. And the shutout is intact.
The shutout is happening right there. Javon Thomas right there. Unbelievable job getting through there, catching it, and a nice run back for the Aggies, up 38-0. Yeah, you got it, Corey.
Well, it was Landon Rink, the true freshman, with the block.
Gets up there. Nice push. Right into the arms of Javon Thomas for a nice return. And that's a huge That's a huge play in the game to keep the shutout going.
Yeah, it's not a huge play in the game as far as the score is concerned. It's 38-0. But you think as far as mentality, especially for this defense that has played so well since the second half started last week?
Absolutely. You got guys on the sideline. You got coach saying, hey, you know how difficult it is to shut out anyone in college football? So they're playing for that right now for sure.
That return to the 34-yard line of Samford. Miles O'Neill still running the offense at quarterback. The redshirt freshman tries to stay on his feet and stumbles after taking a hit. It's going to be a sack. Loss of 2. Hank Weber got in there. The nose tackle. Sophomore out of Franklin, Tennessee. You know, there have been some flashes for this defense for Samford at times today.
I feel like they've done a really nice job up front getting pressure on whoever's been at quarterback, whether it be Hart, O'Neill, or Reed. And they haven't really done it by pressuring just the front four.
Tiger Ryden, another touchdown. On the last drive for the Aggies. Freshman picks up 6 yards. 2.5 to go, third quarter. Offensive line for Texas A&M. A lot of the reserves in there now. 421 yards of offense. 220 have come on the ground as that O-line has just dominated the line of scrimmage at times. They run right up the middle, and that's going to be a first down. So Ryden will move the chains.
This is who the A&M offense has been all year long, Clay. They've been really balanced, whether it be running the football or throwing the football. When we were talking to Colin Klein, he just said, hey, that's when we're at our best. When we can feel like we can throw the football down the field for big plays, but also as the game progresses, we run the ball more. We get better as the game goes, running the football wise.
Ryden slipped. Turf monster got him. He was trying to
there's a big hole.
Go into that hole that was pretty wide there for a moment. And the turf got him.
The old turf monster steps. Yeah, he looks like he steps on Miles O'Neill's foot, but I mean, that would have been a very big play had he not tripped.
So Miles O'Neill started the second half. We expect to see more Brady Hart probably in the fourth quarter as Ryden gets another carry. And bring up third down and have at least 2 more plays here before the end of the quarter. Texas A&M final tune-up before the game with Texas. Coming up Black Friday.
It's a big one.
6:30 Central Time on ABC. It's the Aggies' first trip to Austin since 2010. We're going to be talking more about that, looking ahead to that matchup between the Aggies and the Longhorns when the fourth quarter gets underway. O'Neill back to the air, at least going to try to, pressured out of the pocket, and he's going to get pushed to the sideline and driven out. Gaither, the middle linebacker, knocked him out. It's just a 1-yard gain.
This was close on the sideline. I thought right there that extra,
yeah,
could have easily been called, but now they get to work on their kick game, which I'm sure Mike Elko's excited about.
It's Conroy Cunningham, number 90 for Samford.
This is the end of the third quarter.
Could have been penalized, but he wasn't. So the field goal attempt coming up when the fourth quarter gets underway. 38-0 here in College Station. The Aggies sawing horns. And that's what they're going to hope to do next Friday night. Texas blown out at Georgia last week, likely out of the college football playoff picture, but they could play spoiler next week for the Aggies.
Big time.
As the Aggies want to get into that SEC title game for the first time. 39-yard field goal attempt. As Jared Zirkle is 1 for 2 today. Missed from 36. Made a 25-yarder. This one on the way, and it is good. $41-0 now. Back in a moment. Sixth game this season. And A&M has scored 40 or more points. Pitching a shutout to boot. And look at this. Best average attendance in school history. They just shy of 105,000 today. Average attendance just over 106,000. And I'll tell you, last week, the 12th man was such a difference maker in that second half comeback in the win over South Carolina.
Yeah, Mike Elko said, hey, thank you for staying with us and not leaving down 27 at the half. And they helped them will it out to win. It is truly the 12th man.
That was a fair catch. Russell fielded it, but it was a fair catch. Back in a moment. Second year that the great rivalry between Texas and Texas A&M is back. It was dormant for a dozen years. Last year, Texas won here 17-7. This is going to be an interesting matchup in Austin. First trip for the Aggies to Austin since 2010, and a lot on the line for the fighting Texas Aggies.
Throw the rankings out. Rivalry games are just different, Clay. There's so many different reasons.
Crittenden throws and incomplete. Yeah, if Texas hadn't lost that game last week to Georgia, the Longhorns are also in the college football playoff picture, but that loss seems to have sucked a little bit of energy away from them. And it's been a tough year for Arch Manning, but you know that they're going to be fired up for that game.
Well, they're going to have a tough test against Texas's defense. Texas defense is legit, and we're going to see this offense from A&M go up against a really good team. And weird things happen in rivalry games. Like, you know, when we were playing Kansas at Missouri, I mean, we shouldn't have lost the 08 game, and just things happen faster. It's passion, it's energy.
Officials
all these
out for an
things.
injured player of the defense.
Aggies have an injury. Tristan Jernigan, backup linebacker, shaking up on that play. He's up to his feet, making his way to the sideline. That's good to see. A lot of the reserves, a lot of the scout team players, walk-ons, getting some playing time here in week 13. You're a Texas native. You grew up watching Texas A&M and the Longhorns. Did you have a rooting interest?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted nothing more growing up in Dallas, outside of Dallas, than to go to the University of Texas. I took official visit to A&M, and didn't work out, didn't end up signing there. But I mean, my sister went to UT, and I just remember these rivalry games between Texas and Texas A&M. I mean, the entire state of Texas, not only that, but the entire nation is watching.
Right. Certainly will be on ABC on Black Friday after you get all your shopping done. And sit back.
You an online shopper, Clay?
No.
Get it done early? You're in person.
My wife is.
Old school. Oh, yeah, mine too.
3rd and 9. Couple of conversions so far on 3rd down for Samford, but that's not going to cut it. And another 4th down. Yeah, 3rd down has been an Achilles heel today. So it's 4th down, and Bulldogs will have to punt. This will be the 10th time Noah Jones has been called on to punt. He averages almost 7 punts per game, but
did you say 10?
10. This is going to be the 10th. 8 in the first half. And that's going to take a nice bounce. Really nice bounce. All the way to the 33-yard line for Noah Jones.
Got to catch that.
A Georgia native, 52-yard kick. So Samford has a great, rich history. They're going through some tough times right now. Of course, Bobby Bowden played there and coached there, and Jimbo Fisher played there. He was a Division III Player of the Year in 1987 at Samford. Started his coaching career there under Terry Bowden for 6 years here at Texas A&M. Contract bought out $77 million a couple of years ago. And now they're looking for a new head coach. 4th quarterback of the day for Texas A&M. Jacob Zeno is in there right now. Jacob Zeno, 7th year quarterback, 3 seasons at Baylor, 3 at UAB. Actually played in the Big 12 title game for Baylor in 2019 as a true freshman. He's been around a long time.
Yeah, super senior. It's got to be cool on senior day here at A&M to be able to playing what could be and most likely like your last football game ever.
And he throws behind the receiver, incomplete.
You know what else is really cool, Clay, is all these seniors that are getting into the game, these third, fourth stringers, right, that haven't played a lot, is their entire family's here to watch them. And so for them to run out onto the field for what's probably the last time for most of them, because most of them will not be playing at the next level, that's got to be a really cool feeling, knowing, hey, this is our last time, but my whole family's here watching.
36 Aggies were recognized today. And 27 guys playing in their final college football game for Samford. Zeno throws, and it's incomplete. He was under a lot of pressure. And so it's 4th down as Grayson and Jaden Mosley got home. Haven't talked a lot about Mosley in this game. He's also a senior.
Number 18 was in the area. There is no foul for intentional grounding.
From Samford. And so, quick 3 and out. Texas A&M as Zeno couldn't move the offense. Tyler White punting for the 3rd time for Texas A&M. Preston Bird back inside the 25. Able to get it away. And this one's going to roll inside the 10. 53-yard punt for Tyler White. 12 minutes to go in this lopsided affair. Well, the most likely SEC championship game matchups, according to ESPN Analytics, include these. And Alabama-Georgia is the most likely at 38%, but there you see Texas A&M and Alabama close behind, and Georgia-Texas A&M not so much, but A&M better than Georgia-Ole Miss.
Yeah, this one's interesting to me because all Texas A&M needs to do is win next week. So,
Yep.
so are they thinking that at Texas they're dogs? I mean, they're the number 3 team in the country. They have the best resume in the country, the strength of schedule. They've shown they can win every type of way.
Bama's in Auburn next Saturday. Ole Miss at Mississippi State on Friday. Lane Kiffin is going to make his announcement on his future after that game. Some rumblings that LSU's ready to offer him a big package. Crittenden running for his life. The quarterback still on his feet, but can't get back. The line of scrimmage, the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 1. It's been a tough day for the senior Quincy Crittenden. Second year as a starter, former walk-on, was a backup for 3 years behind All-American Michael Hires. You know, he's had some moments in his career where he flashed in overtime. Led his team to a win in the FCS quarterfinals in 2022 after Hires got hurt. But these last few years have been a struggle.
He's fighting today.
2nd and 11. C.J. Evans in the backfield. Crittenden almost had it knocked down again. Nana Bodie Awusu, who wears that special number 12, got a piece of it.
Trying to sprint out to the left, fake the entire defense, and spin around. Back to your right, throw a screen to Preston Bird, and 12th man jersey. How cool is that to be able to wear that jersey in front of this crowd on this field? That's really cool.
Plays whistled dead and timeout called.
First charge timeout, Samford, 30 seconds.
We talked about strength of record for Texas A&M. And it is pretty good. The number 1 in the country. One of 3 unbeatens left. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M. Still the Aggies 3rd in the college football playoff rankings. You know, the win at number 9 Notre Dame, obviously very good. And before the season, A&M hadn't beaten a ranked opponent on the road since 2014. They did that at Notre Dame, but then they've done it 3 more times since.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've played one of the tougher schedules in the country, and they're very deservedly number 3. I feel like they could probably move up to number 2, but the committee is keeping Indiana there.
There's a sack. Marco Jones, 2nd sack of Crittenden today.
Marco Jones, true freshman from Dublin, California. Is he in line to be one of the next best edge rushers here at A&M? I mean, he's got the size, the speed, the strength. He's a huge person. 6'5", almost 260 pounds, got a lot of bend to him. He came to the game with 2.5 sacks, and he's gotten after him today.
It's another nice bounce for Noah Jones out close to midfield. 10:21 to go. Texas A&M ready to go to 11-0. According to our All-State playoff predictor, it's a really good bet that the SEC is going to get 4 teams in the college football playoff, and better than half chance that they get 5 teams in to the college football playoff.
Yeah, I could see them getting 5 in if Oklahoma and Ole Miss keep winning.
41-0, more than 10 minutes to go. Texas A&M with the football. Jacob Zeno continues to run the offense for A&M. Tiger Ryden carrying there. If you're just tuning in, Marcel Reed, the Heisman candidate, threw for 120 yards in a little more than a quarter. 3 touchdown passes. And the Aggies have rested a lot of their key players, especially running backs today. Comeback catch for Nyblack. Big tight end is inside the 35-yard line. 13-yard pickup as the clock keeps running now. And that's what A&M wants to do. Just keep possession of this football, run as much clock as they can, and get this thing over before something bad happens. In situations like this, you want to protect your players and get on to the next thing.
Keep the clock running, no injuries. Yard discrepancy, 435 to 66.
A.J. Denoter, walk-on running back, a senior from Frisco, Texas. Shows up primarily on special teams. He gets a carry and now a penalty marker.
Little extracurricular activity out there,
and this is what I mean. You know, you don't want things to get sloppy or to get ugly down there. Some words being exchanged.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 16, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Dylan
number
Henderson,
21 may remain in the game.
He's a freshman.
I looked down there and Keody Armstrong, number 21, the true freshman tight end, his helmet was off.
Yeah, and you know, the score is what it is, and Samford maybe taking exception to that. The freshman, a little chippy down there.
Isn't it an interesting dynamic, Clay, about next week in Texas, right? They're 100% locked to make the CFP, Texas A&M is. But if they win, right, they're playing in the SEC championship game against a tough team.
Offense number 84, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Against a tough SEC team. And then potentially if you win that game, you get a bye. If you lose it, you're probably maybe still get a bye depending on where you're ranked in the CFP. But if you lose next week against A&M, you have to play at home against a group of 5 team. So do you want back-to-back games, right? Tough games, Texas, SEC championship, then are you limping into the playoff? Are you healthy? I mean, it's a dynamic that's we've seen before. And obviously, you want to win the SEC championship. But it's not the worst thing in the world, Clay, if you end up losing to A&M.
To Texas.
To Texas, yes, sorry.
I get your point.
And coaches, I mean, we've obviously, you know, coaches want to win out, but the physicality of an SEC schedule, when you're playing in Alabama.
2nd and 15, Zeno swings it out. Preston Landis, another senior running back, North Texas transfer, makes a catch, and it's a first down.
I think you do everything in your power to try and get that bye. But it's an interesting conversation that's been going around nationally.
I just
about A&M.
I get it, but I just don't see that Mike Elko thinks like that. I know his players don't. They want to play in that SEC title game. They have never been there at this school, and they want to stick that feather in their cap. And they're going to go to Atlanta to try to win it.
There's no doubt. I'm just saying, if they do trip up next week against Texas, it's not the worst thing in the world. They're back here at home against a group of 5, and they keep the train rolling. They get an extra bye week to get healthy, right? Because they're not playing in the championship game. And obviously, every Aggie wants to go to Atlanta. There's 2 sides of this fence for sure.
4th and 1, and good run, good hard run by Landis. And it's first down and goal to go. Landis and Denota, a couple of seniors, getting a chance here on Senior Day. Last conference title game appearance, 98. That was the Big 12 championship game. Beat K-State's 36-33 at the Dome in St. Louis that year.
Jeez. That's 30 years ago.
Their Landis run. We're under 7 minutes to go. So Samford is going to be on the lookout for a new head coach. Scott Sloan somehow offered the position. Sloan was hired by Hatcher to be the defensive coordinator this year. Their only win came October 18th at VMI. Zeno hands off again. This time nothing there. Third down and goal.
That's such a hard position for Scott Sloan to be in. You're hired to coach the defense. Things don't go right. Head coach gets fired, and then all of a sudden you got all this extra responsibility on your plate. That's why he was able to hand the play calling duty off to Cal King, and not what they wanted to do here today, but he said they wanted to enjoy this atmosphere. There's a lot of guys on their team that are no longer going to be playing football after this year, the seniors.
Touchdown, Aggies. Landis spears in for another Texas A&M score. Senior from Rockwall, Texas, with a big thrill here in the fourth quarter.
Just feeding him the football, goes right up the middle. Little jet sweep motion to come out and kick out the tight end. Gets into the end zone, and there's still a lot of fans here. They got pretty loud for that one. You see the teammates, those guys that don't get to play a lot. All the starters are jumping on them, excited, celebrating with them. It's a good feeling.
It's a nice drive. The fourth string quarterback, and who knows how deep we are in running back now. Landis with a 2-yard touchdown run, a 10-play, 50-yard drive. And it's 48-0. And you mentioned it before about the shutout. If Texas A&M can do it, the last time they shut out their opponent, the 2022 season opener. I mean, so it's been a while.
That's what I'm saying. These shutouts, I mean, they're so hard to get because a field goal like that, right? You get back-to-back penalties, a field goal like that, and that's why these coaches and these players, I mean, these starters, I'm seeing them on the sideline during that blocked field goal go crazy because they know that's probably the only chance for Samford to get some points.
So Samford's going to get the ball back with 5:50 to go, and right now they have 66 yards of total offense. This is returnable. 15-yard line, 20. 25 and out of bounds at the 26, Calvin Jones. The last time Texas A&M held an opponent to under 100 total yards, September of 1996.
You're pulling these out of your hat.
Yeah, 30 years there. So,
oh my God. Yeah, regardless of the opponent, the A&M defense did exactly what they wanted to do today. Dominate, stay healthy, get off the field.
Yeah.
It's a frightening defense now for anyone.
And that's the way it's been for this running game for Samford all day. A yard, maybe two for the running back. And he's brought down, and now a man down. Caleb Curley
for an injured player of the offense.
On the offensive line. Slow to get up, but he does, so that's a good sign. The longest running play today for Samford, 4 yards. So after a quick injury timeout, the second down. Brady Stober is out there on the field now. The backup to Crittenden at quarterback, true freshman. He actually won the start, the only win that the team has this year. His first collegiate start at VMI last month, got the win. He'll hand off, and again, no running room. Landon Rink, who had that blocked field goal, makes the stop. Third down with under 5 minutes to go.
And this Samford program likes this Brady Stober kid, true freshman, good size, and now he goes off, and Charlie Gilliam, true sophomore, gets to come into the game.
Wake Forest transfer. Last time he played, he threw 4 interceptions against Wofford. Turnovers have been a real Achilles heel for the Bulldogs this year. 27, most in the FCS coming in. Minus 16 turnover margin. 3rd and 9, and Cam Bland wrestled down. Just a suffocating defensive effort today for Texas A&M.
There has absolutely been zero space to run the football through, and they're just playing on the other side of the ball. I mean, tops in the country, or one of the top teams in the country with tackles for losses, top in sacks. I mean, they play the entire game on the other side of the line of scrimmage, and that's what Coach Elko told us. Hey, we want to be suffocating. We want to be simple on 1st and 2nd down, but 3rd down, we are coming after the quarterback. We game plan for teams' weaknesses, and Texas is going to have to deal with this suffocating defensive line next week.
Tristan Jernigan being congratulated on the sideline after that play. Williams muffed him, and it looks like Samford recovers. Isaiah Williams getting some opportunities to return punts today. Muffs that. Nick Creighton recovers.
Game's getting a little bit sloppy right there. He's looking right in the sun. He puts his hands up in the air rather than catching it like you got a baby in your hands, like you're cradling something, and not quite sure why that was the case. Sort of freaked out there a little bit. The sun is right in their face, but you got to put your pinkies together, Clay. You got to put your hands down at your chest.
Yeah.
Instead of reaching up to grab it.
Hey, this is a good run. Emerson Russell, true freshman of Chelsea, Alabama, picks up 8. That is the longest rush of the day for the Bulldogs.
He paid for it, though, at the end. It looks a little bit extracurricular, out of bounds. Just letting him play right here.
Jordan Pride is the one who made the hit. Backup safety. Clock is running. He was out of bounds. They just kept that clock running.
Yeah.
It's good to see. Taken off here is Brady Stober. Yeah, that's going to be a 1st down, and those have been very hard to come by for Samford. Just their third first down today.
Well, and now you got a shutout on the line, Clay, right? That muff punt, 2 back-to-back longer runs. Fans here are still getting loud.
And now it's going to be 2nd and long as Solomon Williams shoots in for a loss of 2, and that's the last play before the 2-minute timeout.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
Last week, the greatest comeback in Aggies history. This week, a great second-half shutout. This was right before kickoff. And the crowd of almost 105,000 loved it. I'll tell you what, it takes a lot of nerve to sit on the back of that chopper like that.
You think they're strapped in?
Oh, got it.
We saw it. Oh, it was unbelievable.
Ken Cherry in the backfield here. 2-minute timeout. Samford trying to take advantage of the muff punt and get on the scoreboard before leaving town. Pump, throw to the end zone, and nobody home. Intended receiver, Calvin Jones, their leading receiver, who has a couple of catches today, but just 2 yards. They haven't been able to get much offensively in the passing game or the rushing game for that matter.
They haven't had any time in the pass game at all.
And there's Cherry again, no gain.
That last play, the double move up top, a hitch and go, and
now they're going to try and get on the scoreboard here, Chase.
I mean, this is, can they block it again? Last time, big number 99, Landon Rink was able to get through, true freshman. Right on the left side of your center. The crowd knows the shutout could possibly still happen.
38-yard attempt, and it is no good.
They got the shutout.
Jake Garner missed it. Wide left.
See how excited they are, Clay? This just doesn't happen very often.
Looking for their first shutout since September of 2022. And now they are 1 minute and 11 seconds away from getting it.
Good snap, good hold. Just pushes it a little bit left, and I mean this entire crowd that's left was on their feet. They knew what was at stake. The first shutout since 2022, possibly, if A&M can hold on to the football here.
And Texas A&M will run out the clock. Carry for Landis. Marcel Reed, he could end up in New York as you did, Chase Daniel, back in the day when you were at Missouri. You got a trip as a Heisman finalist. And, you know, he played really well through a quarter and change, through 3 touchdowns. Mike Elko's team played to A&M standards early and took control of this game from the outset, and now they will look ahead to a matchup in Austin against Texas, and a win there will guarantee them a spot in Atlanta for the SEC championship.
Absolutely, and Marcel Reed absolutely deserves a chance to go to New York, to be up for the Heisman, and this Texas A&M team, they are as advertised. I know it's against Samford, but top to bottom, from their roster to their coaching staff, they're a really, really good team, a well-oiled machine.
This is the end of the game.
First shutout since September 3rd, 2022 against Sam Houston. 48-0. Texas A&M, first 11-0 start since 1992. And again, they can clinch that SEC championship game berth with a win in Austin against the Longhorns on Friday night on ABC, 6:30 Central Time. 48-0 the final here at Kyle Field. For Chase Daniel, Marilyn Payne, and our entire crew, I'm Clay Matvick. We say thanks for watching as the Aggies win it convincingly.